The NBA is finally back. Tonight, the Brooklyn Nets and Kevin Durant making his return after missing last year with an Achilles injury, now going up against his former team in the Golden State Warriors. We haven't seen Steph Curry in a hot minute. Steph is back, and then the Battle of LA that we wanted last year, but we didn't get. The Los Angeles Clippers against the reigning, defending champion, Los Angeles Lakers. So as the season starts today, I just want to make a few predictions of how this season's going to go. In terms of MVP, I'm going to go with Luka Doncic. As long as he leads the Mavs to a top 5 seed and he puts up similar numbers he did last year, I will absolutely see him getting the award. I think Giannis has the voter fatigue against him, which ultimately may be why he doesn't win his third consecutive MVP, which he would join a very special class if he could pull that off, aside of Larry Bird, for the only players in NBA history to win 3 consecutive MVP awards. To stay on the Bucks, before everyone tries to say that they're going to the finals like they have the past 2 years, I'm going to tell you right now, the Bucks will not make the finals. They will probably finish with the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference for a third straight year. Like I already said, Giannis may win his third consecutive MVP, but they will get bounced in the second round and at best make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, which I will not predict. I say they will go out a similar way they did in this year's bubble because Giannis is not a closer, Chris Middleton is not a Robin, and Drew Holiday is not enough to put them over the edge. So when everyone claims that the Bucks are going to the finals, you could just come back to this segment, and I'm already telling you before the season starts, the Bucks are not going to the finals. On the other hand, the Brooklyn Nets. The people who know me and been following me know I am very, very high on the Brooklyn Nets. As long as they stay healthy, they are cakewalking to the finals, or sleepwalk rather. Kevin Durant is going to be Kevin Durant that we know he's been, especially how he was in 2019. I believe he's going to be in his MVP form self. I believe he will be a top 2 player on the planet Earth. Kyrie Irving right by his side. I believe their chemistry will be as good as ever, even though they're just coming to play together for the first time. Kyrie and Kevin Durant are very close, and they made the decision to team up in Brooklyn, New York. They will get to the finals in 15 games or less. Do not forget I said that. I think the Heat were a bubble team. I think they will be very competitive. They will be a tough out. But no, I do not see them getting back to the finals. The Celtics, the same thing. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. I could see them doing that again, but that is their ceiling. The Nets will make the NBA Finals. Now let's flip it over to the Western Conference. It's a 2-team race in the West with Klay Thompson getting hurt in Golden State. It's the Battle of LA, the Lakers and the Clippers. The Clippers are being heavily slept on after last year's disgusting and disgraceful performance again in the Western Conference semifinals against the Nuggets. They blew that 3-1 lead. Getting rid of Doc Rivers and adding Ty Lue is a tremendous difference with which a lot of people are not talking about as much as they should. The addition of Serge Ibaka, I think, is an upgrade to Montrezl Harrell. People are trying to discredit the Clippers and think they're going to be worse because, again, like I said, last year's bubble disaster, and then losing Montrezl Harrell where he went to the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers will be hoisting their 18th banner in franchise history. LeBron is getting his 4th ring. With that being said, LeBron has a ton of pressure on him once again. He has the best teammate along his side in Anthony Davis. They are expected to win a title. LeBron is a type of player where if he's expected to win a title, he needs to deliver. Anything short of that is a failure of a season. There is no team that is just straight up better than them or more talented than them. He is expected to deliver this season. There are no excuses. Anthony Davis is regarded as a top 5 player on the planet Earth, and in my eyes, a complete cheat code how versatile he is. LeBron's never played with anybody like that, and not only does he have the best teammate he's ever been on, he's on the deepest roster in his entire career. Even those days in South Beach, even his second stint in Cleveland, those were top-heavy teams. This is by all means not a top-heavy team with the additions of Montrezl Harrell, picking him up from the Clippers, and then adding Dennis Schroeder. The Lakers are expected to deliver, and if LeBron wants his jersey retired with 3 different franchises and wants his jersey retired in Staples Center for Laker Nation, 1 title is not enough. He needs to get this done in year 18 and get his 5th ring. If he's still chasing the ghost like he said before, and what motivates him is to be the greatest player of all time, if he wants to keep that conversation alive, it would be a stain on his resume to not only have a 7th finals loss, but even be short and not make the finals. The Lakers still have high expectations. Even though they won last year, he needs to do it again. And they are the prohibited favorites to repeat. With that being said, Yes, I do see the Western Conference Finals being the Battle of LA that we wanted last year. The Lakers should handle business, no problem, in 6 games, maybe even 7 if it comes down to that. But I do not see the Clippers beating them 4 to 7 games all in Staples Center. I don't. The Lakers are simply a much better team. With that being said, I do see this finals being one of the most epic finals that we've seen in a very long time. The Los Angeles Lakers and the Brooklyn Nets. It looks like that's the finals matchup we're going to get as long as these teams are healthy, which I believe will 100% happen. The only thing that's stopping them is health. With that being said, this series will absolutely go 7 games. I do not expect anything short of that, regardless of what team will win. Are the Lakers the favorite? Sure. Do not sleep on that Brooklyn Nets team. I think they match up extremely well against the Lakers. Here's the thing. Even though the Lakers have their star power is heavier with LeBron and AD, which is the best duo in the league, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are great. Why do I like this Brooklyn Nets team so much going against the Lakers, which I can see an upset? I can very likely see an upset. Why is that? You have your MVP and your MVP caliber player and your superstar in Kevin Durant, who's proven he could be the best player on a championship team, winning 2 finals MVPs. But he's got a chip on his shoulder this year. He's got to prove that he doesn't need a stacked and overloaded Golden State Warriors team. He's got a crew in Brooklyn. Are they a juggernaut? No. But if he wants to cement his legacy as a top 10 player of all time, this is a perfect opportunity to do so. He's got a Robin and Kyrie Irving, an NBA champion, who's hit one of the most clutch shots in NBA history in 2016 in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Kyrie Irving is a walking bucket. Right there, you have 2 guys you can rely on any given night to close out a game and give you a bucket down the stretch when you need it most. That's why I'm so high in the Brooklyn Nets. With that being said, it's not just those 2. Spencer Dinwiddie averaged 20 and 6 last year. A great player who could not only start, but you could even use him coming off the bench. And another great player, Caris LeVert, gave you 18 points a game last year. So those are 2 role players you can rely on to get you a bucket. You have a sniper in Joey Harris, who shot 42% from 3-point range. And the best way a team could contain LeBron, because you can never stop him, but you can contain him, which is rim protectors. What do the Nets have? Have 2 phenomenal rim protectors in DeAndre Jordan and Jarrett Allen. And another problem with the Lakers in terms of matching up with the Nets, their perimeter defense is god-awful. That was their weakness last year, and it's still their weakness right now. They have no answer to stop anybody like a Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving, even stop Joe Harris from shooting that 3 ball, and Spencer Dinwiddie and Caris LeVert, who are guys who could create their own shot on the perimeter. This will be an epic series. I expect this season to be one of the best NBA seasons we've had in a really long time. Let you know what you think of my predictions. I am very sure I'm going to be right this year. Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you check me out on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube for more of my content.